All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about 40,000 condo units for sale of inventory in Toronto GTA. So what does that mean? That's basically 5 to 6 years of inventory that needs to be sold. So let's just sink that in for a second. It will take forever. So when I say forever, I'm talking to those people that they're hoping that 2026 for some odd reason will flip and that we will see a growing economy, or that we will see real estate prices actually jump back in. So I would also like to touch on a decline from Calgary. Some of you that are following the channel, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But for now, I have been saying this for a long time, that condo market and the condo situation, this particular sticky situation, will sink the rest of real estate. You know, the rest of what has been kind of holding on, right? We'll get into detached and stuff like that, right? Because majority of investments came from the bulletproof real estate aspect or psychology or type, which was that strong detached home that always saw increased prices year over year, right? Was giving returns, right? And obviously just by kind of saying that, it's the wrong thing to do, because a house should not see a return. It's not a casino. It's not something that you kind of pull money from, right? Like a house should be a home, should be a shelter, should be where you raise your family and all that stuff, right? Yes, eventually, you know, once you get into that particular age, I get it, right? Like it's a safety net. It should be worth something, and it's always worth something, regardless of the country or the pocket in the world, like, right? Like, it's always worth something. Real estate is worth something. But now with this hill that we went through, you know, the COVID hill and the ludicrous pricing and 2 decades of that return on every single year, it attracted investors, attracted people, put Canada on the map, right? And then overnight, it seemed like everything changed. So therefore, I do believe that 2026 will be way worse than 2025, right? In so many aspects, right? Like, so employment, like it is so much harder to find employment. And when you find employment, let's say, it is not secure. It's always some kind of a short term or 1 year agreements, or like kind of like a gig work, right? Like, those days are gone when you know, got a job at Ford or something like that, and then you were set by the time you retire, and you're good, right? So those days are over, right? And now, like, with, you know, 2026 around the corner and 2027, with all these renewals, right, that many Canadians will face, whether they like it or not. And even if it's, you know, $500 a month or $1,000 a month difference in terms of the mortgage jump, it's going to be significant, because there's so many other components also involved. Like, your insurance went up, your taxes went up, day-to-day life went up in price, right? And then on top of that, you're worrying about an increase in mortgage, and you're worrying about other things, right? So everything accumulates that many Canadians will not have the ability to earn more. And those entrepreneurs, like the people that, you know, fight, that they struggle, they find a way to earn more. I don't think that the landscape currently in Canada allows that. Like, everyone is gone, it seems like, right? It's gone, and there are no fresh starts. There, like, not everybody's around this table investing, right? And I would like to touch on the Calgary case. It is an acquaintance. It is my client here from Toronto. They bought a condo in Calgary. There's a local realtor. She's great. She works in Calgary, right? She's taking care of this client and all that stuff. And yes, there have been price reductions all along. And every time a price has been set, it takes about, I would say, a month, 4 to 6 weeks. And then that price, if it's not sold, has to be adjusted because it doesn't make sense. Like the prices keep dropping in Calgary. So we're at this point that the property was listed at $299,000. We had an offer on the table for $295,000, I believe. So they're like $4,000 or $5,000 off. That client rejected that particular offer, and that was it, right? Like, even though it's been sitting on the market for months, like just the ego trip. I don't know what it was. Fine, respect, no problem. Like, we advised him from the bottom of our hearts, like, look, just take a look at it, right? Like, even if you get your asking price at $299, it doesn't make any sense, right? Because you're going through, like the end tail of November at that time, and then December, which we're in right now, and holidays and Christmas and New Year's and everything that's happening. So you're shooting yourself in the leg, basically, right? And then what will happen, January hits, we don't know how cold or hot it's going to be, especially in Calgary, and how people will feel about, real estate at that time, because everything changes. Like nowadays, like even a small information across the world can impact your neighborhood today, right? So it's just how it is, right? And so what's happening right now, he called the agent and he reduced the price to $285,000. Having said that, no offers, crickets, no showings, nothing has been happening. So it just goes to show you that, like, it's just crazy. And he called me yesterday night and he said, like, look, like, what do you think if I reduce it even more? I said, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like especially now, there are literally no showings or no activity. It's crickets in Calgary. It's crickets here too, like in Toronto, right? So I think like he's even willing to go to 270, right? 270,000. So it just goes to show you, I'm like, it's just mind-boggling how sometimes, like, he's admitting it. He's saying like, hey, look, I maybe made the biggest mistake of my life. Like, listen, you live and you learn, right? Like, it's just how it is. But it is what it is. And now, like, obviously other family members are involved and they're like, hey, look, like, maybe you should take it off the market and maybe you should rent it for another 2 years or whatever it is. I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, it's like, sometimes tenants could be the best thing in the world, but sometimes could be pain. It could be painful, right? And then the return on investment, it's different, right? Like, people don't get it. Like, I have a case right here. Actually, it's in Mississauga per credit. All of a sudden, from the house, like, they have a balcony on the second floor. And that balcony, through the brick and mortar or whatever, it went into the interior wall all the way to the main floor, and the entire ceiling is full of water, right? Like, the house is like 25 years old maybe or whatever, but that's a problem. The property is tenanted. Now they have to deal with all of that. So whatever they have kind of accumulated over a few years, and even though they bought it, then they had to pay out of pocket just to top it off because it was not enough. So they were paying basically the tenants to live in that property, right? Like, pretty much. And now, like, it's like that situation with the ceiling. Now, who knows how much that's going to cost? Like, my rough approximate is somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000. right? Like, I don't know, but it just goes to show you that sometimes like putting your eggs in different baskets doesn't mean like that every basket will give you a return or a headache-free investment, right? So I believe you with that, like, and just analyze, like, you know, 40,000 units. How are we going to manage all of that inventory, right? Like syncing that inventory, find a buyer for every single unit in Toronto GTA at least. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.